Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today in this video, we're going to talk about the new Denoise AI 3.1. Now, whatever you're looking at this screen, that's the older version of Denoise AI 3.0.3. It's even older than the last one. So this is going to be interesting. So in this video, I'm going to compare what has changed from the old one to the new one. I'm not just going to jump into the conclusion and just show you how's the new one look like. I'm going to show you the old one, which is kind of I think important because a lot of other reviews I've been seeing before this video about the new one, they just show the new one already. I like to show the old one so that you can get an idea what has improved. It's very important. So forgive me if it gets a little bit longer, but I think that is necessary. And also, this is probably going to be my last software review. From next week, I've got a new series coming out, 100 Days Traveling in Europe with 11 countries and 39 cities, all by train. Actually, not all, but 90%. Then some will be by bus, some will be by ferry, and some will be by plane, maybe 3 or 4 of them. And the objective of this series will be taking photographs in black and white with Fuji X-T20. Yeah, black and white in Europe. That would be fun. Anyway, so if you are not subscriber, please do subscribe because the new series is going to be very interesting and I'm very hopeful about it. I worked a lot about it. Now, let's jump into this video. What that video about, the new Denoise AI. So first thing first, I'm going to drop in a photo. This one, as you can clearly see, is very noisy. So I'm going to drag and drop to the old one to show you how the old one used to work. If you have it already, you can jump this section immediately. And in few seconds, I'm going to go to the new one. Now, in the old one, the default was not bad either. I'm just going to go everything to the automatic because that's important, because yes, of course, it's easy to fiddling around and make it better, but is it good enough at the very beginning with the automatic mode or not? So we're gonna check with the old one, the 3.0.3. Right, as you can clearly see, actually not bad. The details of the water drop in Denoise AI comparing to the original, very good, but does have a little bit of grain, I believe. So maybe you could add some noise removal in Denoise AI. But the AI here is not bad either. Looks way too shiny and smooth in my taste, I believe. I don't know what you think, but my eyes telling me this is actually way too noise reduced in my opinion. And low light is actually not bad either, surprisingly. Normally I avoid it, but this one did a good job, really good job. And no color noise in anywhere. So all three did a very good job taking up the color noise. The Denoise AI mode has a little bit of artifact in the edges. AI Clear did a very good job. Again, I repeatedly saying, it did a little too much in my case, so I could reduce that. I don't know about you, but I'm going to still stick with the worst one in this video, in this version, which is the Denoise AI. When I say worst, I mean has a little bit of grain in the automatic mode and has a little bit of artifact. The reason why, I want to see how it's going to do in the new version, right? So now I'm going to save image. Now I'm going to close the panel and I'm going to install the new version and see you in few seconds. We just have launched the shiny brand new 3.1.1, as you can see in the top left corner. Now let's see the change. This is going to be fun. So we are going to drag and drop exact same photo, and immediately I have a warning, comparison view, choosing which AI modes, and it just crashed. Seriously? Well, we are off to a bad start, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna try to relaunch again. Let's see what it gives me. Okay, my second attempt. You just saw that it's crashed, right? Well. Is it gonna crash again? I hope not. Please don't crash. Oh, well, it crashed again. Second time it crashed. Third attempt. Oh, please don't crash. So I'm gonna double click and I'm not gonna even read it anymore and see what it's doing. It crashed again. So I'm gonna get back to you, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off my computer, restart, and see if it's helping me at all. But this is just weird. My new update, guys, not doing very well so far. Alright, I'm back again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, in preference, going to do some changes. So I'm going to go to the performance and change to NVIDIA instead of all GPU experimental, because I'm guessing that's giving me a trouble. I don't know, but it's happening. So allowed memory consumption. So question mark. It says if your system experiences crashes while processing, try using medium or low setting to reduce graphic memory consumption. So I'm going to go to the medium as requested, and preview background color, I'm gonna change to gray, which is not really important, but you know, why not? So done, and then let's close it. And one more time, I'm gonna try. Please don't crash this time, I beg you. Please, for the love of God. Aha, it's not crashing anymore. Not yet. So yeah, I think I had to do some changes in preferences in order to stop crashing. You just saw it. I'm not gonna cut this point. Probably now you know if your system is crashing, your software is crashing, you know probably what to do. You're welcome. Now, here is our new interface of the new version, and guess what? This is unbelievable. We don't have the Denoise AI anymore. The whole reason why I actually exported it to compare with the new one, you don't have it anymore. This is fun. Right, so instead we have a original, standard, clear, low light. So original and low light remain same. Now instead of Denoise AI version, we have the standard and clear. Interesting. So what are they? Let's click into this AI model question mark. So standard. Now standard is basically formerly Denoise AI, it says. So basically standard and Denoise AI are exactly same with the new name. Now clear, let me guess, it could be formerly AI clear. They just took the AI off and then kept clear. That's funny. So for smooth surface such as petals, skins, and water. That answers a lot of questions why it seems too shiny for me. Low light, which is I think the original one, for challenging lighting conditions with lots of noises. Probably Astro, I would say. Now severe noise, for excessive noise from shooting at high ISO. To be honest with you guys, this is probably it. The severe noise is the one that I probably need. I'm very curious because this photo is severely noisy. It's a 1-inch sensor at 30 to 100 ISO. So I'm curious about testing it out. And in the view, because I have only 4, including the original, but I think I need 5 of them. So in the view, can I change them? No. So what I can do, I can get rid of the original. I don't know how to do that, because obviously I need another space. So in the severe, how do I supposed to see it? In the severe, I'm gonna go to split view. Now I think I can see it. So this is the severe mode. The new version doing a phenomenal job. But the standard one was the one that we originally exported, remember? And where we had a significant amount of noise. So I'm gonna go to the comparison view. And I don't know if you remember, but at the edges, somewhere there, we had a lot of significant amount of artifacts on the old one. The new one doesn't have it. But we're gonna look at it side by side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to export the standard right now, add it default, TIFF 16-bit standard. We just exported the standard, which is the old Denoise AI mode. Now we are going to export the severe noise mode so that we can check side by side how is the new mode helps us. Add it automatic mode. Again, automatic is important because you gotta have a really good base, right? So I'm going to save the image and I'm going to show you side by side all three of them. Alright, so in this folder we have four files. The original, the old Denoise AI mode, the new Denoise AI mode from the new version, and the brand new severe noise reduction. So again, just to remind you, the standard is the old Denoise AI with the new name. The clear is the old AI clear with the new name. Low light remains low light for the low light noises, obviously. And the severe noise, if you have images with extraordinary amount of high ISO noise. Right, so I'm going to close that because I don't need that anymore. Now we're going to look at it side by side. Now how are we going to do that? So I'm going to open my SilkyPix Developer Studio Pro and check it side by side. So we are in SilkyPix Developer Studio Pro and we're going to check the photo side by side. And if you are very curious and if you're a user of SilkyPix Developer Studio Pro and how is noise reduction, I've used exact same photo in my previous videos, which is exactly the same. So check out my previous videos with the same image and you'll know how good is this software. It's amazing. Anyway, we're not here for the SilkyPix, we're here for the Topaz. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the old version in the split view on the side. And I'm going to go to the full screen mode. Now this is our new standard mode on the left. And the following one is the new severe. At the full screen mode, it practically look exactly the same, but they got to be something different there because I can see a bright. If you look at there's a little bit of change if I do back and forth. Now, we're going to start with the old Denoise AI on the left, on the right, and the new Denoise AI, aka the standard mode on the left. So let's zoom in at 100%. Now, what is the change? So, very quickly, looks exactly the same. But if you remember that in the last one, I had a little bit of, artifacts on the older version. So we're going to start with the water drops. In the default, there is not much significant change. They're both exactly the same, side by side. The color noise, actually in the new one and the old one, nothing visible. There is still a little bit of grain left. It's not as shiny as the AI clear. The edges look good enough. Still a very minor amount of artifacts, which is, I believe, in my point of view, ignorable. So if you just do pixel by pixel, obviously you're gonna find some differences, but in globally speaking, the old Denoise AI and the new Denoise AI in standard mode are exactly the same, as you can clearly see. Don't take my word, look at the result. Now, how about the new severe one? Because my photo was originally crazy, disturbingly noisy. So let's take a look at the new severe mode. And bam! New severe mode is actually not bad. It's good, actually. I'm saying actually a lot, but damn, I'm impressed by it. It did a very good job. So I would easily say that you can either use the AI clear mode or the new severe mode if you want to get rid of the noise. Is it comparable? with the DXO PureRAW. Aha! You didn't know that I was gonna go there, right? So we are going to check, ladies and gentlemen, the new severe one with the DXO PureRAW. Yep, that's a little bit of bonus. You're welcome. On the right hand side, we have the DXO PureRAW Deep Prime version, and on the left hand side we have the brand new severe mode of Topaz Denoise AI. Understandably, the DXO version looks shinier and sharper, but when it comes to noise, this is where we are. Very different, zero noise in both of them. As a matter of fact, the Topaz has slightly better smoothness. Not too much as the AI Clear, but significantly better. Now you can see that here in the DXO version, you have a little bit ignorable amount of grain. On the severe mode, you have none. Color is different too. Nothing is not good, is not bad, it's just how it is. So DXO changed the color a little bit, I would say, where the Topaz did not touch any color. Now, here's the thing. If you wanted to add a little bit of sharpness in the Topaz, you either have two choices. One, Topaz Sharpening AI, or you can use, like me, a Lightroom or Silky Pix to add a little bit of sharpening. So what if I add a notch, very significant amount, very small amount of sharpening? Would that be good? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of sharpening, just enough without any kind of artifacts. Let's say I'll go to 59. Good thing about the Silky Pix that it adds sharpening without any crazy amount of artifacts. Now again, color is different too, and the luminance level is different too. Remember, so that's why it might play with your eyes, but don't make it fool you. It's pretty good. Now if you want to change the color to make it exactly the same, I'm going to go to Fine Color Controller, which is similar to HSL controller of your Lightroom, let's say, or Capture One, and change the hue. And as you can clearly see, after a little bit of adjustment, they both look basically identical, almost identical. Okay, I'm gonna do the full screen now, zoom back and see the changes. Again, DXO still looks pretty sharp, but the water drops looks a lot natural in the Topaz version and a lot sharper. I'm gonna zoom in quite a bit. You know, for some weird reason, DXO water drops lost a little bit of luminance. It became completely white, where here you still have a lot of information in that department. Each water drop looks a lot natural as it should be. Anyway, long blah 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 blah. Question of the day: is it good? Is the Topaz Denoise AI, the new update, is it good? Personally, I'm damn surprised and very satisfied, and it's fantastic. The DXO version obviously goes without a doubt, very good, but in my last video I already complained a lot about it. So if you heard me nagging, saying that it's too expensive, you don't have any kind of controller to manipulate as you do in Topaz, for example, so I was very disappointed from that department. But other than that, DXO version is fantastic. But I prefer Topaz because I have Topaz and I'm going to stick with it. It's always nice to stick with it other than filling up your laptop with unnecessary amount of software. It just what's the point? And last but not least, remember, the on-one no noise AI is coming very soon, so this is going to be interesting. It's like a battle of the noise reduction all over again, where you have Topaz Denoise AI, you're going to have the on-one no noise AI, you're going to have obviously the DXO PureRAW and the DXO PhotoLab as well. It's a lot of noise reduction software. And I am not curious anymore. I'm not going to do any kind of software review anymore, because for me, at the end of the day, the whole idea of photography is to go out and experience, and the whole world is opening up. very soon. So now is the time to get my ass off from my laptop and show you the world. So subscribe, please do, help me a lot. If you like this long video, I apologize, it's long, but it's necessary. So this is not a quick and easy solution, but I answered you some question, I believe. And if you want to download the original version of all the results, go to the description and download the images. I think you will find them interesting. I wish you all the best, and bye bye.